Hello all, welcome back to Go With The Flow, Yoga with Anissa. Today we trim and tone. This flow may be a little bit challenging, but we got this. Be sure to grab your yoga blocks and you can meet me on your mat. Arriving on our mat, let's take our shoulders in circles going backward and then frontward. Inhaling to circle sweep the arms up. Exhaling to rain the fingers down, bringing your fingertips to meet the mat. Planting our hands firmly on the mat, we're gonna bend our knees and hop back into plank. Arriving here, let's take 3 big deep breaths. Exhaling to lower ourselves down to Chaturanga. Holding here for 1 breath. Slowly lowering all the way down to the tops of the thighs, landing on the tops of our feet. We gently press up into upward dog. Inhaling to curl the toes under, sending the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Arriving here, let's take a second to pedal it out. Letting the head be heavy here, bringing the heels as close to the mat as possible. We're gonna inhale to bring the left knee to the left elbow. Exhaling to send the leg up high into 3-legged dog. Being sure to keep the hips square here. Pointing the toes. We're here for 2 deep breaths. Exhaling to bring the knee back to the elbow. Inhaling to send the leg back up into 3-legged dog. We hold here for 1. And 2, slowly bringing the leg all the way in and through to drop on the mat. Using our hands to slowly guide the foot up to the middle of the mat. Meeting ourselves in a low lunge. Let's take a second to catch our breath here. Grabbing one of your blocks, placing them on the inside of your foot. Dropping the right hand to lay on the block. Slowly, we bring ourselves into an easy twist. Here for 3 deep breaths. Slowly lowering the hand back down to the mat. Inhaling to bring ourselves up into a high lunge. Inhaling to straighten our leg. Meeting in high lunge with straight legs. Inhaling here for 3 deep breaths. Exhaling to bring ourselves back into a low lunge. Slowly stepping that right foot all the way up to meet the left foot. Meeting in a forward fold. Letting the head be heavy. Inhaling, bringing ourselves into a half lift. Inhaling here for 3 more deep breaths. Bringing our fingertips up the legs, we bend our knees, sending the thumbs to the hip creases. We sink all the way down, feeling that weight in our heels. We meet in chair, bringing the arms parallel with the ears here. We're here for 1, 2, and 3. Exhaling to meet yourself in a forward fold. Slowly planting the hands, stepping the feet back to meet in plank. Inhaling to lower down to chaturanga. Dropping down to your belly. Inhaling to meet in upward dog. Inhaling to curl the toes under, sending the hips back and up. We meet in downward facing dog. Pedaling it out here, bending the knees. Bringing the heels as close to the mat as you can. Arriving in downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths. Inhaling to bring the right knee to the right ankle. We hold here. Exhaling to send the leg up into a 3-legged dog. Pointing the toes up. 2 deep breaths here. Inhaling to bring the right knee back to the right elbow. 1 more breath here. Exhaling to send that leg all the way up to the sky, meeting in 3-legged dog. Inhaling to bring the leg all the way up and through, dropping it on the mat, using our hand to guide it up into the center of the mat. We meet in a low lunge. Rocking here for 2 deep breaths. grabbing one of our yoga blocks, placing it right at the arch. We bring the left hand to rest on top of the block, slowly bringing our right hand up to the sky. We meet in an easy twist. One more deep breath here. Exhaling to bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Bending our front knee generously, using our core to lift us up. We meet in a high lunge. Oh, I am shaking. All right. Taking a moment here to gather your breath and your thoughts. Inhaling to straighten the front leg as we meet in high lunge with straight legs. Exhaling to meet back in high lunge. You can bring the hands together or have them apart. Inhaling, bringing us up into high lunge with straight legs. Exhaling to bring us back to a high lunge. Inhaling and then exhaling to bring us back into a high lunge. We slowly step the left foot to meet the right foot. Dropping the head as we meet in our forward fold. Inhaling to raise yourself up into a half lift. Exhaling to bring it all the way back into that forward fold. Inhaling into half lift. Exhaling to bring the hands on the mat one more time. Inhaling into half lift. Exhaling to bring our fingertips to the mat first. Bending our knees, we plant the hands firmly on the mat. Stepping one foot back and then the next, we meet in plank. Deep breaths here. Inhaling to lower ourselves into chaturanga, holding here. Exhaling to lower down with the most control that you can. It's okay if you plop down to the mat. I'm right there with you. All right, inhaling to bring ourselves into upward dog. Laying on the tops of our feet here, we firmly press into the mat to lift our chest. One more deep breath here. Exhaling to send the hips all the way back, curling the toes under, lifting our hips up. We meet in downward facing dog. Catching our breath here, letting the legs be still, or you can pedal it out. Sinking our head down, shining our heart to the back of the room. We inhale to bring ourselves on our tippy toes as we lower down to the tops of our knees. untucking the toes if you have them tucked. We meet in neutral spine. On an inhale, we drop our bellies into cow. Exhaling to round the back into cat. Inhaling to drop the belly, shining the heart forward. We meet in cow. Exhaling to round the back to meet in cat. One more time. Bringing our big toes to touch, taking the knees as wide as the mat. We sink all the way down into child's pose. We're going to be here for 6 rounds of breath. Inhaling through the nose and out of the mouth. Two more. Exhaling to slowly lift us up and out of child's pose. Slowly we walk the hands back, grabbing one of our blocks here. We bring the knees to be hip width apart, placing a block between our feet. Now we bring the knees to touch. Sinking back, arriving in hero. Adjusting your clothes if you need to. Extending through the crown here. Closing the eyes for 2 deep breaths here. Bringing our hands up the thighs, palms to touch. We arrive in kneeling prayer. Taking a moment here to just bow. Giving thanks to yourself for all that we just did. It was a little bit of a challenge. I'm still trembling. All right, on an inhale, using our thighs to lift us up, we arrive in kneeling upward salute, bringing the hands above head here. Bringing the palms to touch. One more big deep breath here. Exhaling to bring ourselves back down. Arriving in kneeling prayer. And you can do this with or without a block. I just like to have the extra oomph. Like you can see me better from here. All right. Hands at heart center. We slowly lift ourselves up, Sending the palms up above head to arrive in kneeling upward salute. Engaging the core here. Using this exhale to lower our legs and the arms back down to heart center. 2 more rounds. Inhaling to lift us up. Gazing up at the hands. We're here for 2 deep breaths. Exhaling to bring the hands to heart center and sitting back on your block or sitting on your mat. Our last round. Inhaling to lift up, sending the hands above head. We gaze up at the hands. 2 deep breaths. Exhaling to bring ourselves all the way back down. Removing our block. Swinging the legs to one side of the mat. We bring our legs in front of us. Bringing both feet to touch the mat. We are slowly going to lower down onto our backs. Arriving here. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Sliding the shoulder blades together, pressing firmly into all 4 corners of the feet and pressing firmly in our palms. We are going to lift the thighs up into bridge. Using our breaths to help us lift a little bit higher. Two more deep breaths here, you got it. Exhaling to slowly lower the back onto the mat. On an inhale, bringing our knees into the chest, wrapping our arms around the shins here. Taking this time to flex the feet, front and back, maybe rolling the ankles. Slowly removing the left hand from the left leg. We are going to extend that leg out long, leaving the right leg bent. We may in wind relieving. Slowly lifting the left leg to hover on the mat here. We're here for 4 deep breaths. Two more. Exhaling to let the left heel touch the mat, extending the right leg out long. We bring the left knee in to the chest to meet in wind relieving. Interlacing the hands around the shin or just grabbing onto the shin here. We are going to inhale to bring the right foot to hover over the mat. Here for 4 deep breaths. Two more. Inhaling to switch the legs, bringing the right leg in, extending the left leg long. One more round here. Letting the left leg hover right over the mat. Engaging the core here to keep that leg nice and strong. Two more breaths. Inhaling to extend the right leg long. Bringing the left leg in. Our last cycle of wind relieving here. Bringing the right leg to hover right over the mat. Flexing the feet. Two more deep breaths here. Exhaling to drop the right leg to the mat, extending the left leg out long. We meet in our final pose, Shavasana. Arriving in Shavasana, bringing our hands to the hip creases here. We relax and sink into the mat. Let's windshield wiper the feet from one side to the other. And this music is a lot better. live stream of music got a little crazy. Bringing the feet to just rest here. Letting go of any tension that you may have in the legs. Sinking the back lower into the mat here. Relaxing the shoulders down. Letting them fall wherever they fall. Now bringing our shoulder blades together. You should feel the back press onto the mat just a little bit closer. Letting the jaw be heavy here. Relaxing the tongue. Softening your gaze or closing the eyes. Relaxing the muscles of the eyebrows. Relaxing the forehead. We fully arrived in Shavasana. Breathing deep into the belly. Exhaling to let it all out. Exhaling to bring both hands to touch the earth here. Take a minute to check where your chin is pointing. If your chin is pointed up, gently tuck it slightly into the neck to help elongate the spine. Letting the mind be still here. Let's clean the slate of the day. Letting go of what didn't go as planned. breathing into this moment now. To let yourself be still and to just be one with yourself. Inhaling through the nose here and out of the mouth. Inhaling to bring the left hand to heart center, resting the right hand on the bottom of the belly. Inhaling to bring the right hand to heart center and the left hand to the bottom of the belly. Exhaling to bring the right hand to lay on top of the left hand. Slowly letting the elbows drop to the mat. Those sirens are so loud. Inhaling through the nose and out of the mouth. Inhaling to take the hands above our head here. Leaving the palms face up. Inhaling to bring the hands back down to the bottom of the tummy. We only have a little bit more time left here. Let's stick with it. Beginning to wiggle the toes just to liven up through the feet all the way up to the legs here. Flexing one foot back as we point the opposite foot. And then switching out, doing the other side. Slowly batting the eyelashes open. Bring yourself to a slight grin. Inhaling to bring the palms to touch, bringing the thumbs up to the third eye. We whisper namaste. Bringing both knees bent with feet on the mat. We bump the hips to one side, slowly making your way up. And that brings us to the end of the practice. Thank you for flowing with me. Until next time.